Yep, gonna be using this mostly, I think. Hey y'all, Artist Poet Girl here, also known as APG Jamie. And today we've got the first open collaboration of hashtag second Saturday /7. Okay, so the deal is, okay, let me come over here to my notes while y'all watch me cover up the unattractive paper. Oh, we'll talk about our 7 for today, for this month. We were to use a brand new item you haven't used yet, an item you forgot you had, Ric Rack, ugly paper, fuzzy fabric. Okay, let me just throw this part in there. I don't have any fuzzy fabric, so I use some fuzzy yarn stuff. Okay, an old sticker and something star shaped. All right, so that's what I'm doing. Now, this is being brought to us by Maria's Miscellany. Okay, and there will be a link to her channel as well as some other hostesses in the description box below. All right, and there will be further information about what our typical second Saturday /7 is about. It's an open collaboration where you can join with photographs or videos. Okay, and from the list of 7 items, you need to use at least one. All right, I'm using all of them because y'all know I can be an overdoer. So my ugly paper, I didn't think it was necessarily ugly paper, but it was definitely not a paper I would theoretically use. So I called it my ugly paper. And as you can see, we are working diligently to cover that up. Diligently. Now I'm going to use these here stencils. Oh, there's also in the description box a list of ingredients. God, click on the phrase show more to see more information. Okay. All right, so the stencils I'm using, as you can see, maybe you can see, maybe you can't see. I can see on my little screen, so I know y'all can see. Removing the white gesso, and it's not necessarily taking off too much because they're little tiny spaces, and it's really a mask, not a stencil. And the way you can tell is because stencils have square shapes around them, masks do not. That's my theoretical thinking, because y'all know I'm so smart. Anyway, I will also link below and in the upper right hand corner, because I can, because it's my video, the video announcement promo introduction to this new open collab thing. All right, I will also link below to the video that I used to help make it less scary for me to join an open collab. Okay, and Collab stands for collaboration. Oh, hey again, y'all. Now, I really didn't know what I was going to do with that paper. Am I going to make a tag? Am I going to make a journal? Page? Artistry? I just had absolutely no idea. My goal actually was to cover up those people. And as you can see, I worked at it for quite some time, because what you don't see is all the drying time. Oh, and this paper is a heaviest copy weight paper. It is not a cardstock, so it is on the flimsy-ish side, which is why I thought about making it a tag or a postcard or an artist trading card or something. But and I just kept going and filming, and I thought, well, you know, if this page really comes out badly, even more uglier, I guess we accomplished that item off the list. And with this being an open collaboration, the thing to remember is stay flexible, okay? Remember, this is to use up your stash. You're not using my stash. You're using your own. And substitutions are allowable. See, like this time, I'm using the fuzzy yarn stuff because I don't have fuzzy fabric. Okay? So you see where I'm going with that? All right. So we're just keep on trying to cover up those people because they just kept shining through. It's like, really? They weren't that dark to begin with, and they're just and still, if you look close enough, don't look close enough, but if you looked close enough, you could see sort of them coming through. Now, the thing said I had to use ugly paper. It didn't say I had to keep it ugly. Okay, so I'm going off that premise, all right? If you want to join with photographs, you will need to email those to Maria's Miscellany herself, and that information will be in the description box below, along with it being listed on the introduction promo video done back in mid-ish December-ish. And it's going to be taking place on the second Saturdays. I'm not sure that I'll be able to do it every time, but we're going to give it a best shot. So here we go. Now we're going to use these stencils with some ink and my little brush fingertip doohickeys. Thanks, sweet internet admirer, you. So that's what we're doing. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We make unattractive paper? Ooh, that's horrible. On a piece of paper we weren't going to use for anything? I'm real sure about that. And besides that, there is another sheet. Oh, it was 12 by 12, and I cut it down to 8.5 by 11, because that's, typically the size I work in. And I got offline, so I had to reline it up. And this particular video is not quite 30 minutes, okay? So, I mean, if you're going to join into this, I don't know if there's a limit on the time. Because what it is we share our links in a playlist, and then on the day that the hop, because it's theoretically a hop, y'all, opens up, all you need to do is click on the playlist link, okay, which is below, and say play all. And then you just sit there and watch your computer screen, your phone screen, your tablet screen, your television screen, your whatever screen, until it's over. Or until you push pause because you have to go to the restroom or get some food or something. Of course, as an open collaboration, we don't know how many people may or may not participate each month. It's open, y'all. Okay. So, any hootie tolls, we have now switched from emerald green to probably a fuchsia type-ish color of ink. It's one of my favorite colors. I like it. It's not pink, Eileen. It's fuchsia, not pink. Okay. So we're just going to do that a lot. Oh, and portions. Okay, most of the video has been sped up for, that's right, your viewing pleasure and my voiceover ease. So we're just going to keep doing that and doing that, because I felt like it was important that you see me putting this stencil mask, all over the background in various colors on an orangey, goldy, corally type color background. You can see where I went to fold it in half, because I thought, well, I could just make it like a journal page. And I thought, well, then you'd have to make a journal and put it in. And do you really want to do that? And I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. So we just basically went with a journal page on the flat, because y'all know I like to do that on the flat. It will need a piece of cardstock behind it because it is a flippy floppy type of paper. Because it's paper, not cardstock. But anyways, more green, because we need more green, y'all. And I end up thinking, boy, that's a pretty good looking background you got there, APG. And I says to myself, I know it. Thank you so much. Because, it's okay to talk to yourself in positive reinforcement, because we all need positive reinforcement. And if we're the only person that positive reinforcement can come from, then hey, you better do it. Better take care of it, y'all. So I'm wiping off my mask with a wet-ish baby wipe, okay? Because the ink, it doesn't dry super fast on plastic because it's non-porous. So, anyway, and when you go back over it with another ink of the same type, it's going to reactivate to a certain degree that prior color. So try not to mix them too much, because I do have a little warm, cool thing going on here. Okay. So makes me happy. We just keep going and going, and I'm like, okay, well, that one's done. Ta-da! That one's done. So now we've got some deli paper. And do I show you that it's deli paper? I don't know. I'm messing around. This is my item that I hadn't used yet, which is some clear stamps I got from the Amazons. They are unbranded. Okay? They're wish flowers, y'all. Dandelions. Those orangey goldy color. Oh, much like the background. Bless my heart, y'all. Had a theme going on and didn't even know it. Anyway, once the flowers stop being flowers and they go to seed, they become these wish flowers. All right. Oh, one time when we were traveling to California, in whatever state we were in at the time, I don't know, it could have been many different states, we stopped at this park because it looked fun and it looked cool, and the kids are like, yeah, let's stop there. So we did, and they had the hugest, most biggest Texas-sized wish flowers I'd ever seen in my life. That wish flower part, this part here, the blow away seed part, was as big as my hand. Opened up, not closed up pen, but opened up pen. And I took a picture of it, but of course I didn't put my hand up there next to it, so it just looked like any wish flower anywhere. So we're just stamping that out, and we're using the archival black soot, because I like that color. And I'm trying to make them kind of different, leaning different ways. Yeah, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine, okay? And I wiped it off, and I'm like, am I done with that one? And I grabbed this other one, and I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of going the same way. Oh, it's all right. Well, we'll just do that over here. Okay. Now, those two are kissing, and it's like, I don't know why I did that, because they all look like they're kissing now. And I didn't put any leaves on these. I did think about it, because surely I have a leaf stamp. I'm sure I do have leaf dies for shizzles on that. So now we've got the little seed heads, because when you blow them or the wind blows, the little seed heads come out, and that's what blows and scatters the dandelions everywhere. Now, you might consider dandelions to be a weed. They are wild flowers, okay? And they pretty. And they go through such a fun little life cycle there, y'all. So anyway, these are the little seed pods flying away in the breeze, like a tree in the wind, like a tree in the wind. Anyway, we just keep stamping, because there again, it was important for you to see me continually stamping. And there ended up being way more seed pod stamps on that stamp sheet set than what I first thought there were. Some of them's big, some of them's little, so some of them's flying at you, some of them's flying away from you, kind of Get that little, what is that, 3D motion thing going on, you know, like in the movies and junk. So on this stamp sheet are some little fairies, but we will get to those in a while, in a moment, later. Just wait for it. Okay, so our page is nice and dry, so you got to make sure you got that APG Jamie on there. That's so you know who you're still looking at. You are still looking at me, right? That's what I was afraid of. Now we're putting down, I think it's golden fluid matte medium. And I say fluid because a lot of people use gel matte medium, which is typically referred to as gel matte medium. And then fluid matte medium is typically just referred to as matte medium. Okay? But either way. Now, on that deli paper, before I even stamped on it, I had scrunched it all up so it had little wrinkles in it, okay? And then we stamped on it. I straightened it out, and then we stamped out it. And now we're going to adhere it down onto our background, okay? Now, laying the deli paper on there does kind of knock the background back, just a wee little bit, okay? Now, I like the deli paper because you can kind of pull it back up. There's tissue paper or napkin. That ain't gonna happen, y'all. But with the deli paper, it does. So we're smooshing it all down. We're making sure we don't got no little air bubbles in there, and I am happy. We smooshed that down right there for whatever reason because I felt like it. So now we're gonna add our bless my heart, fairies. Now there's two birds. Those are old stickers, y'all. Two old bird stickers. How old are they, you may say? They're puffy stickers, and they are from the, probably not the 1900s, but they could have been made in the 1900s. So we're just positioning our fairies around in different, there's like four, actually maybe even 5 different fairies, but I chose these for why I chose them. Okay, so they're going on there, and a couple of them look like they're holding a little seed pod blowing in the breeze. You know, let me check my time here on my voicing over. Okay, I think we're doing okay. I think that's a big thing. Oh, I got to fill in the little areas that didn't quite take the ink so much. So we got that done. And I'm not sure that I like the birds, but they're an old stamp, and that was one of the things. So I'm using it. It's like, okay, I can pull them off later when nobody's looking. Y'all know I probably won't never go back and do nothing else. And I thought, well, we need some shimmer and some shine going on her. So I got out my Sakura, I believe it is, Jelly Roll Stardust. It's for sure the Stardust, where it will mimic, it looks, you could see through it, and it looks like the color underneath it, only it's shimmery, glittery, shiny without being glitter. Okay? And you have to, when you wiggle it in the light, you can see it change tone a little bit. And I believe in the photo montage, which is coming up later, y'all, not yet, you will be able to see, and it will look silver-ish, white-ish kind of. Okay, that's the Stardust, and I love that pen. So here comes my fuzzy fabric, wink wink, and we're going to use some Fabrifix to stick it down because, you know, it's like fabric, and it, I don't know, y'all. Anyway, glued it down. I like the one side sticking out like that. I do. Even though if I'm doing a flat journal page, this other side could have been sticking out of the book too, depending on what side of the book it's on. Well, I just limited myself on that one, didn't I? Okay, so here's some Ric Rack. Now this is really vintage Ric Rack. I got it from Shelly of Craftin' Mamas back when she was doing her sale, when she was moving away from the Maui Island in Hawaii. up to the state she now resides in, or will reside, whatever. Anyway, she's had it. She bought it vintage, or got it from someone vintage, or inherited it, or something. And I am quite happy with the Ric Rack. And it was perfect for this project. I also have a piece of paper, cardstock, embossed cardstock, and I don't think it had a maker's name on there. And you might have saw it in the promo, or in the picture of what we're using. And it was green, and it's perfect too, because we're going to use it too. There it is. And it's okay that it's not a full strip, or that I only have one strip, because this is only one journal page, y'all, on the flat, journal on the flat, because y'all know I like to do it that way. Well, I do in journals too. Anyway, look at that. Cool is that? Really neato. So see, I don't need any grass, because now I got this rainbowish, color-ish, fuzzy fabric-ish stuff. Okay. So now we're moving on, and I typed it up, a sentiment. Already had a sentiment. I said it a while back and by a while back, I mean, like, who knows how many months ago, in a live show, and somebody commented that was really pretty. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to use it again. So I typed it up, and the fragments are the things that I forgot I had. Okay, because when I was looking around, well, what did I forget I had? And I shuffled around, and it's like, oh, these things. I have used a package of those before on a fine art piece that I did, mixed media fine art piece, and love them on there. I'm looking at it right now. I can't believe nobody bought it, because it's stinking adorable. It also has Swarovski crystals on it, or however you pronounce that. Swarovskis. Anyway, so we've got diamond glaze. I use diamond glaze on the back because the clear fragment, they're like little acrylic blocks, but they're thin-ish, sort-of-ish. And I put the diamond glaze down, and I've laid my words on top of it. Okay, and the plan was they would be somewhat translucenty, kind of halo-y-ish on there. And I'm worked out some bubbles with my needle there, and covered up the back of my word paper there. Still using the needle, some bubble, and got to pick it up off of my real stamping acrylic block. Wipe it off, because it got some of that diamond glaze on there. And y'all, that's some gluey, sticky glue stuff, y'all. Wipe it off the back of it. Or actually, it's going to be the front of it, because, you know, have it upside down. Okay, because we're working from the back. And now, we're going to add some glitter. Real loose glitter. Don't sneeze. Don't touch it. Don't spill it. Kind of glitter. Okay, taking my time. How we doing on time? We doing okay, pretty good. Okay on the time. Woo! So we're sprinkling that on there, and it is an orangey color. It's almost I would classify it as a burnt orange if we went with old timey colors like from the 1900s. And while none of us were looking, somebody saw their diamonds. Y'all know I love my diamonds, and there are some really dark green diamonds in my package. And I thought, perfect. So put them on there. You can't hardly see them. So anyway, the glitters is all dry. It's all dry. And all loose glitter is going to be contained, because we're putting Fabrifix on it, because we're going to tump it up on our fuzzy fabric. Okay, don't worry about all the lettering paper not being totally translucent-y, halo-y-ish. It's perfectly fine. And I almost forgot about the star, because that was like number 7, right? Okay? So, I'm like, oh, I gotta add the star. Where am I gonna add the star? And I'm like, well, we'll just add it down here next to our little sentiment block thing. Okay? I can't believe how happy this made me. Does. Needs a piece of cardstock behind it because it's kind of flippy floppy. Anyway, had to poke some holes because it's a brad. It's a star brad. All right. Get ready. Straighten everything up. Look at that. What's it say? Sprinkles of inspiration. Or sparkles of inspiration. I don't remember. It's either sparkles or sprinkles. Now I have to tuck something up underneath there so we can take the glare off. There we go. We'll see it in the photo montage, what it actually says. Ta-da! Photo montage! I appreciate each and every one of you. I do. Look at that! The lighting, weird colorations, you know, it happens, color shifts. Sparkles of inspiration. That's what it says. See, I knew it was one or the other. Look at the little fairies. I put stardust in their wings too, because sprinkles and sprinkles and sparkles of inspiration. Can you see the green diamonds? Y'all, they're dark green. I mean, they are pretty. Thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget to check out everybody's video. Thanks for watching. Happy arting, y'all.